Tennessee, tough one, dropping it in the swamp. Final score, Tennessee 16, Florida 29. It's never as bad as it seems, also never as good as it looks when you win a football game. Tennessee does not have that lens to view this game through, but even so, we got to kind of take a beat, take a step back, deep inhale in, deep exhale out. Let's take an honest look at this thing. What did we learn about this game? Okay, because there's going to be a lot of narratives out there. I want to try and guard against that as best as possible. What did we learn from this game about this Tennessee football team? We'll break it down. Tennessee Nation. Tennessee, can we say Tennessee Nation? Vol Nation. All y'all that enjoy college football that are Tennessee fans, a lot of y'all have subscribed to this channel. We would love to have y'all here if you have not already. Also follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at JD Piquel. We appreciate y'all in advance for that. Maybe Vol Nation's a better way to go about it. Regardless, a lot to unpack with this game. And I think the biggest takeaway I had stepping away from this final result was this offense is not going to be copy and paste like it was last year. And some of y'all probably already felt that way, probably already felt, well, no duh, you lost Hendon Hooker. You lost Jalen Hyatt. Of course it's not going to be copy and paste. There was still, I think, a good bit of optimism, from yours truly included, that this offense wouldn't have the maybe acclimation period that you saw them have last night. And I'm not saying they're not still going to be really, really good. There were just some things last night that you saw that you had come to expect from Hendon Hooker and company that you found yourself desiring from this offense run by Joe Milton. Now, I want to make sure we get out against this. A lot of people now are going to point the finger at Joe Milton. They're going to put that clip on Twitter where he throws the interception and it looks bad. It's hanging up there for a minute. Like, a lot of people are going to point to that and say, ha, Joe Milton told you he wasn't a good quarterback. Joe Milton's stat line in this game actually wasn't bad. He missed a lot of throws that you would like him to put on the money. But even so, we went into this game, we went into this season saying the exact same thing. If Tennessee can run the football, that is what makes this offense go. If Tennessee can run the football, then you can adequately start to judge Joe Milton. Now, you would like Joe Milton to kind of be able to compensate for some things you don't have in the run game, and he may end up being that for you down the road in this season. But yesterday from Tennessee, 3.3 yards a carry. We went into this game saying they got to be right around 4. Some of that's on the Tennessee offensive line. Some of that's a hat tip to Florida. Like, Florida played a really good football game, and you kind of got to say, all right, we got to look in the mirror and figure it out here a little bit if we're Tennessee. But that's a good football team you played, a good front seven in the Florida Gators. So that's the first thing. Joe Milton, going to get a lot of flack. You're the quarterback. That's kind of what you signed up for. I understand it. But Joe Milton is not the person you should point the finger at exclusively. All right, this offensive line, this running game has to be a little bit more dialed in. Now, you would hope that this passing game, especially in the intermediate stuff, would start to dial in a little bit more. Like, there were some throws that you had expected from Hendon Hooker last year, you were kind of hoping for from Joe Milton in this game. And that was kind of the sentiment when I was watching this game. There was a lot more of a, I wonder if they can make this happen here. I wonder if they can connect on this. If you're a Tennessee fan, you were probably hoping more than you were expecting some of these things from this offense. Now, there's a lot going to be made of the officiating in this game. I want to get out in front of that and say, don't buy into it. All right, it's poison. It's poison. Officiating in every single game, there's going to be calls you point to, and I understand the final result. There's a lot more to point to, especially with it being in Gainesville. Don't buy into that, okay? Officiating always goes around. If you're a Tennessee fan, you probably don't want to stand on that long term. It wasn't great for a lot of the calls from a Tennessee side of things, but just don't stand on that. There's a lot to point to within your football team where there were plays to be made, didn't get it done, didn't execute. And that's kind of the way that it looks right now. So when I look at this team as a whole, though, it feels like the acclimation period is still very much so a thing. Like, they're getting their footing. I don't think what you saw from Joe Milton yesterday is what he's going to be down the line in November. And defensively, I think that's another thing you hope as well. A lot of missed tackles. Like, physicality is the price of admission in the SEC, and Tennessee knows that. They understand that. They did not do a great job stopping the run game from Florida yesterday. Florida ran the ball for over 180 yards. Not good enough. Some of that's a credit to the way that Florida ran the football. Some of that's a credit to the way that Tennessee didn't tackle. And so there has to be a different edge, a different sense of pride taken from this Tennessee football team in tackling the ball carrier. It sounds simplistic. It's simplistic for a reason, because that's what wins football games. All right? So, like I said, this, if you're a Tennessee fan, tough pill to swallow. Tough pill to swallow. Hadn't won in the swamp in 20 years. Joe Milton was saying he hadn't been the guy to lose in Florida. He said he didn't lose in Florida. And, you know, you're sitting here today, and it's kind of that same sentiment you felt for a while, kind of that same feeling you're sitting with coming from the swamp. I'll say this again. What you are in week 3 is not what you're going to be in November. That's the choice now. The choice is to build on this. The choice is to look at the tape, look in the mirror, and say, okay, we got to be better. We can be better. We see where we shot ourselves in the foot, where we got in our own way, where we had dumb penalties, where we're having procedural issues, where we're not the steady hand when the crowd is getting crazy. We got to fix that. That's correctable. So the team that you were yesterday in the swamp is not the team that you have to be when Georgia comes to town in November. So it's all in front of them. You hate losing. Never great to lose an SEC game, but I promise you, if Tennessee handles business the rest of the way, they will have an opportunity to play for everything they want to play for. It's my humble opinion. I can't wait to watch how they respond because I promise you, Josh Heupel, if there's anybody that's going to correct the mistakes that were made and adjust accordingly, I think Josh Heupel is the guy to do it. So for Tennessee, a lot to take away. You hate to lose, but you got to hit the reset button and get ready for next week. So make sure you're subscribed right here. We're talking college football and only college football. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at JD Piquel. Want to hear from y'all what you thought the issues were yesterday in Gainesville for the Tennessee Volunteers. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.